Hey everyone, it's your gaming technician Neon Orbit here to give you all the tips and tricks you need to be the best gamer possible. Neon Orbit, why do you do so inconsistent videos? You do Overwatch, but then you do Genshin, but then you post songs, and then you do little covers, and then you're doing all this random stuff. Why aren't you consistent? I don't care, okay? I'm gonna do what I want to do. Anyways, so today I'm going to be talking about an Overwatch character that I decided to make, an idea I had for a character, and really quick going through his lore and the things about his background and things like that. So his name is Kudoku, and it means loneliness or solitude. He's going to be in his late to mid 30s, the same age as Hanzo, Genji, and Kiriko, around that age. He's going to be Japanese as well, and he's going to be the head assassin for Hashimoto. If you don't remember from Kiriko's little trailer thing, Hashimoto is the clan that attacked her at her apartment, and the clan that has a lot of beef with the whole Shimada clan and that whole clan, I guess. As far as things like in game, his health is going to be around the same as Tracer, so 150, I think she's at, something like that. I don't remember. He's going to look a lot like the Genji Street Runner skin mixed with a lot of Hashimoto influences, like the mask that we see in a lot of the different clips and things from the comics as well. So it's going to be a mix of that casual type cybernetic look as well in that. Also, it will have some elements of the Genji Baido skin with that mask type thing going around. So really quick, moving into his abilities and passives. His primary fire is going to be called Assassin's Craving. His damage will be from 25 to 30 with 6 to 5 slashes per second. All these things are estimates that will have to be tested. I don't really have a way to test it, but his rate of fire is about the same speed as Bastion would be as well. And the weapon itself would either be like dual wielded sickles or daggers or swords or whatever I end up using. This character will be a strictly physical character, so nothing that will have him doing damage at range, at least good damage at range. Now going into his two passives, he has a passive called Sickening Solitude, which is if he crouches for 1.5 seconds, it will charge up a semi-transparent cloak, a lot like Sombra's cloak, and he will be barely visible. And if he stays crouched, he will stay cloaked, but if as soon as he leaves crouch for more than 2 seconds, he will become visible again. His second passive is called Backstabbing Assassin. If Kudoku hits a target from behind, it will deal 50 damage. So that's a big buff, almost double what his primary fire is. So his secondary fire will be called Needle of Foreboding. It shoots at 90 meters per second, and its max range is 30 meters, very similar to the way that Zenyatta's Discord Orb works. The attack itself is a thin needle that's thrown by locking onto a character. Again, very similar to Zenyatta's Discord Orb. When it is attached to an enemy, it highlights them and outlines them on the map, like Sombra's hack does for the whole team, for 10 seconds. And if the enemy is killed within that 10 seconds, the cooldown for the needle will get reset. If another target is marked within 2 seconds of the CD being reset, Kudoku gets a 15 damage buff, so bring his damage to 40 for 4 seconds, and the next target now only lasts for 8 seconds. The marking on it only lasts for 8 seconds. If the second target is killed within 8 seconds, then marker will get reset. The CD for the marker will get reset again, and he will get another damage buff. This will stack technically indefinitely, but with the way the scaling works, it'll go from 8 seconds to 6 seconds and then 4 seconds, and it's very, very impossible to kill somebody in 4 seconds just in general with the way that the damage will work. His E ability will be called Assassin's Lock, and it's technically a projectile, but it's mainly movement speed. Very similar to how Widowmaker's grapple works. It gets thrown at an enemy, and if it hits them, it will pull Kudoku to the enemy, and he will flip around behind them, giving him that ability to backstab somebody for that extra damage. His left shift ability will be called Deafening Speed, and it will give him a 220% movement speed buff, and it'll only last for 0.6 seconds, which is not really fast. It's very similar to how Moira's Fade will work. It won't be as long, but you get to move a lot faster. Basically, the main point of this ability is to be able to get behind an enemy to get that backstabbing damage, which is where his main damage is going to be coming from. Also, just in general, giving him mobility. Because he's a strictly physical character, it's going to be very important to have good mobility. So his ultimate, Kudoku pulls out a map, and he can pick a target on the map. And once he picks the target, he will become invisible. And depending on how far away they are, he will appear behind the chosen target and slash into their back. Now, this attack will do 200 damage, so it is an almost confirmed kill for any squishy. For a tank, it's less likely, but I thought it'd be really interesting to add ability into the game that is almost a definite one kill. So it will only ever be able to kill one person, but I think the fact that it is a confirmed kill will add a lot to the gameplay overall. His movement speed will be the same, if not faster, than Genji's, so it'll probably be the fastest moving character. He'll have the double jump and the wall climbing as well. It'll be basically another Shimada character, but his main thing is that he is strictly physical. Now, a little bit of a background as far as lore goes. He was an old friend and brothers to the Shimada clan, and with Kiriko as well, but he was given the opportunity to become a higher up in the Hashimoto clan, and he took it because his family was very poor and he needed the money. As a child, he was taught by the same person that taught Genji, Kiriko, and Hanzo. That's why he has all the same abilities and the same affiliation. That's why he knows them pretty well. But by the time he was 16, he started training with some other people, most likely assassins. And by the time he was 18, he was a professional assassin. As far as how he'll get introduced to the story, at the end of Kiriko's lore story, little trailer thing, Hashimoto clan says that they won't let Kiriko get off this easily and that they'll get back at her. My thought is that Hashimoto gets really upset because Kiriko absolutely demolished those idiots, and they're not going to take this lightly, so they send this guy, Kudoku, to go take her out or hurt her or capture her or whatever they want to do to her. This guy's the head assassin, so he's going to be the best at it. The lore will be he'll come in, he's going to attack her. She thinks she's fine. She gets completely overpowered. Last second, Hanzo or Genji comes in and saves her and is like, hey, you should join Overwatch. And then that's how Kiriko gets into the whole Overwatch clan. They try to talk to Kudoku because they realize it's him after his mask falls off or gets hit or whatever it is. And then he basically just runs off. So as far as like exactly how he will be used in the meta, I mean, with the way his secondary fire works with the Needle of Foreboding, I think it can bring a lot to teams for dive as well as even just straight push as well. It would be a huge damage buff for him. I mean, doing up to 40 or 45 damage per hit with hitting 6 slashes per second, you can kill a target extremely quickly. So a lot of it will be based on having a team work with you, though, because even with his normal attack, you won't have enough time to kill your target right away because you have to get close to them, hit them. If you get a hit from behind, yeah, you'll do a little bit more damage, but it might not be enough to fully kill one target. And if you can't kill your target, you get a big reduction there. I was thinking about a few things for his secondary fire because I wanted there to be like a big drawback because right now his secondary fire seems like there's only positive and there's no negative. So I was thinking that if he fails to kill the marked target within the time limit, he loses like 45 health or he gets like a slowness effect of some sort. I'm open to suggestion about that if anybody has any ideas. But overall, there'll be some sort of repercussion if he doesn't kill his target within the time period. So when you're going into dive or target, you have to make sure you can kill them. Because if you go in and you kill them and you can't get out, you're basically just completely like screwed there. So a lot of it will be working with your team and making sure you have a way to get out. His basic combo would go, he would mark his target, use his Assassin's Lock to spin in, get behind them, hit that critical backstabbing ability, and then finish them off with whatever else they need to do. Mark your next target, use your dash to get behind them, get another critical in from behind, continue to attack them, finish them off, and then get out. You can probably only pick off 1 to 2 targets per dive. Getting 2 targets would be a lucky attack there. But it would be very easy to confirm a second one because of the 15 damage buff on his primary fire. Because the backstabbing 50 damage also gets buffed with that 15 damage buff. So let's say he hits somebody from behind when he already has that 15 damage buff, he'll be doing, instead of 50, he'll be doing 65 damage, which is a lot of damage, especially seeing that he attacks 6 to 5 slashes per second. Just think how much damage a Bastion can do if he headshots, right? per normal fire rate, not in his assault form. So overall, I think this will be a very interesting character if it does ever get implemented. I think it'd be really cool to see a physical only character and see how that pans out in the game. So tell me your thoughts about it down in the comments. Tell me what you think. And if you have any other ideas for this character or any other character, I'd be happy to hear them. So leave them in the comments down below. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Thank you for joining me on this little adventure of Kudoku. Again, if you have any ideas, leave it in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one.